All right, I am back. My daughter just got up from her afternoon nap, and now she is playing. Oh my god, I pressed W to go forward. Whoops. Okay. I feel like I've been everywhere, even though I'm sure that's not the case. You know what? Let's go back through the library. Maybe I missed something there. Maybe there's another topic that I could bring up with Julia that will unlock something. It's like, I'm not sure how important it is to get, you know, certain topics and things like that. Okay. But it seems like if you can't get every single one. These seem like the oldest books in the library. Okay. Then that would hamper the investigation somehow. Because I remember there were two, or I thought there were two topics that I got from here. Hey, what's that right there? I guess that's just a book hanging over the edge. Aha. Oh, just yellowed old pages. I couldn't say if there was anything of importance written, as they were utterly unreadable. Oh my gosh. Okay, great. So this is in the psychiatry and pathology sections, and it's just not really anything. It's kind of crazy how you can be this close to something, and the circle doesn't pop up until like right there. That is blocked off. Okay. So next we got history and neurology. Now neurology is where we read this book. The manual about a biopsy machine, which I'm sure will come up at some point, right? That's something that... Barker. Oh yeah, Lovecraft, right? This will be it, though. This will be the last time I look through the library. I just want to make sure I'm doing my due diligence. That book looks really highlighted, but... I like the speculation that there's some books that would maybe crumble at the slightest touch. What a speculation to make. Okay, so physiology here. Just another random collection of books. That's so judgmental. What does that even mean? Physiology. I like to say that's the study of soda. I have a degree in physiology myself. Okay. Just so you know, I would be drinking a soda right now, but I thought to myself, I'm appearing too often on camera. Castle of the Forest looked like some kind of fairy tale. I'm appearing too often on camera, brandishing some sort of soda. So I've decided to opt not to do that this time. Yeah, just to prove I sometimes am okay with just being, you know? Okay. Going row by row, I was going column by column. Wasn't there something in this row that or, you know. It's like here or here? Yeah, I read this. This is in the medical journal. This is written by Hawthorne, right? Okay, so that's something. So we got the machine, we got Dr. Hawthorne. Yeah. And then wait, did I go? I don't know if I went here or not. I think this is probably the last one though. Ah, wait. Someone, a patient, a child, seems to have scribbled something on the cover of this book. I am getting new things that I hadn't read before, though. Say I never read this. While my storied career as a general surgeon, so this is Hanwell, has cemented my prestigious position in the field, a fact widely acknowledged by kindred professionals who have effusively praised my work, my true passion has always been the secrets of the mind. It was during the extirpation of a challenging meningioma that I first confused this zeal with the desire to specialize as a neurosurgeon. Yet it dawned on me that, quite to the contrary, I was growing tired of the physical aspects of the brain altogether. It was rather the nature of its inner workings that fascinated me. In time, a new path led me to research topics related to psychology and psychiatry, particularly the peculiar interplay between these two disciplines. They are two different things. A lot of people don't know that, you know. It's an important distinction. Mental health disorders stood out as a prime subject of interest. Losing control of yourself is a terrible thing, perhaps the worst thing that can happen to a human being. It depends, but yeah. The inability to discern what is real and what is not. The impossibility of determining what the incontrovertible truth is because your senses are crippled horrified me to no end. I made it my new purpose in life to delve deeper into this captivating yet disquieting discipline. I would make use of the plentiful wealth and resources I had amassed over the years to fulfill this developing personal ambition. I chose a convenient location to construct what I christened Hanwell Mental Institute, as a testament to my life achievements. Enthralled by the elegant, pleasant, and even transcendent design invented by Thomas S. Kirkbride, I made sure the spot, atop a peaceful cliff surrounded by distant mountains and the pristine allure of the ocean, was suitable for the healing properties of his proposed plan. It was a strict requirement of my project that the proposed plot of land be untarnished by the presence of people. Only the elemental quality of perpetual woods would complement such majestic architecture. Thanks to the help of powerful contacts I gained through long-standing relationships with the finest professionals in the world of medicine, Hanwell Mental Institute soon became a beacon of inspiration and promise for the treatment of mental health problems. Its purpose is to house the largest number of patients in any building of its kind to date. Contrary to certain delineations made by Kirkbride, I hold that a thriving community is key for mentally ill people to succeed in their hopes of being reintegrated into society. This is my realm. Here we shall make an effort to eradicate the ailments of the human mind. Interesting, because I don't think that was, Hawthorne's takeaway, from your motivations. He seemed to have this, like, we must cleanse humanity of its decadence sort of approach to things that he claimed you were on board with. And you seem more compassionate about eradicating not the perverts of society, but more the ailments of the human mind, right? Okay. Well, I think I've read everything there is to read in the library. I don't think I'm missing anything here. I could be wrong. I'm gonna go back to the therapy room. See if there's... that projector's bothering me, because... okay, we've listened to the cassette in here. And I'm wondering... the metal case was empty. There seemed to be a missing reel. Okay. Right, because we gotta get a reel. Oh. I just thought it was an item we were gonna go out and get, you know? Interesting, we got a cutscene for that. Okay, we're just gonna...
How are you feeling today? Tired?
Oh, it's Bertrand.
Sleep. I'm sorry to hear that. How was your day?
So he's not me.
It was fine, I guess. We played some games in the afternoon. They are always the same, but I still like them. But the others aren't so happy. It's understandable. We'll try to get you some new games. Has anything of importance occurred to you lately?
A new woman arrived today with a big belly. She is pretty. I like her. But she was hysterical and punched Nurse Marion on the face.
I know, and we're dealing with that. But I was referring if anything has happened to you lately.
I don't know. I am so tired.
Why are you tired? Tell me. We're here to help.
It's being down there, working with all the dust and the bugs. It's too hard. I'm too tired. I can't stand them anymore.
What is this that you can't stand anymore?
The voices. They are everywhere, and they whisper inside your head. They are evil.
Okay. Had to make sure there wasn't another reel in place before. Okay, well... Okay, can I put that one back then? Okay.
Bertrand, are you feeling all right? Talk to me. Don't make me lose my patience. I don't have all day.
Leave me alone.
I understand you must feel angry, but we're doing this for your well-being.
You sound so evil.
You are lying. It hurts. I can't sleep. There are dark things in my dreams.
Just calm down. Take a deep breath and relax. We'll explain it to you, but you have to trust me.
I don't know. I am so tired. I can't think anymore.
What about your fear? Think about your last session. Do you remember now?
There's only darkness, and it moves there. It's been waiting, and now it knows we're here.
Okay. I guess we will put that one back now. I wonder who I am, because if I'm in Group E, that seems to be like, that's going to be like the main twist of the game, I think, is who the main character is. Are we Dr. Hawthorne? No, but they know who Ellis is, right? So, are we Hanwell?
You are not in good shape, Bertrand. You know it will only get worse. You must talk.
I hate you. I hate this place. You're all bad with me and my friends.
You'll come to understand, Bertrand, eventually. But we must deal with this. You have a chance to end it right here, right now.
I don't believe you. You have been lying to me all this time.
That's not true. And if you tell me what you saw, it will all be over. It's that simple.
I can't remember. It's too fuzzy and dark.
Come on, Bertrand. Try harder.
No. I'm scared.
Come on. Tell me what you saw.
No. It will come for me. It knows. It knows.
Calm down or I'll have to call the guards.
It's inside me.
What? What is inside you?
Huh. Okay. So there's one more reel to watch, I guess. Right? Now this reel up here, this is empty, right? Right. Oh, there's a missing reel. Okay. So there is still a reel that we need to find. Okay. Sorry.
Are you feeling better today?
More or less, I think.
Are you getting along better with work?
No. No. I don't like the tunnels. It's suffocating in them.
I'm sure you'll get accustomed in time.
No. It's not fair. I shouldn't be doing this.
What makes you say that?
Because it doesn't feel right. Being there. I don't think that is what I was brought here for.
But you are helping. You should feel proud of yourself. Are you in doubt because of something else? Are you scared, for instance? Yes, I am. I don't want to go into the dark place again. They said it was going to be all right, but I could feel the monster coming for me.
Monster? What monster?
Okay. Well, let's be polite and put it back in its case. So I guess we need to find the missing reel now. I don't know what monster he's talking about. Okay. Well, I somehow doubt that the reel is in here. I think it's probably somewhere else. Where else? I don't know. I feel like we've been everywhere. We could try that. We could try going outside that way. Wait, wasn't there something here? Wait, what? Uh-oh, Julia's gonna know that I went upstairs. We can go up again. Okay, wait, what is this? Oh. We're on the second floor. We can go to the third floor. Wow, okay. So what's here? Office director, right? Or it just says of director. Museum, morgue, laboratory. Oh my gosh, okay. You know what? I'm just on a hunch. I'm gonna go to the top. Let's see how high we can. Oh, this is it. Okay, so there's only 3 floors. Oh, that seemed to be Lenny's cart. Perhaps he was getting ready to clean the topmost floor. Oh, I see. I thought we could go up there. All right, so Lenny's probably on this floor somewhere. Let's go this way first, and then we can go that way. Museum. Let's go to the office director first. Dr. Hanwell. This door wouldn't open, but perhaps the right key would let me in. I mean... Wait, what's this? What am I holding? Oh, that's the red crayon, bro. The keyring didn't... Okay, it didn't work. Sorry. Sorry I clicked through that. It's easy to do. Museum. Patients were allowed to pay short visits to the haunting museum of the Institute, which, rather than a sanctuary of science and erudition, had now turned into a grotesque carnival of abominations. Some instruments for unknown purposes, which I didn't want to discover. Several skulls were arranged on the shelf. Many of them appeared to have been drilled into. What the hell? What? A carnival of abomination. A display with many skulls and various instruments. What? Why would you have this here? I guess for intimidation. Medical instruments of various types. Oh, Rebecca. Oh, she's who we saw in the car. Right? Rebecca Bierce did not suffer any specific ailments early in life, but fell victim to violent sexual assault as an adult. She was found in a state of shock by the authorities who rescued her, and after a medical examination, Rebecca was found to be pregnant. The perpetrator was never apprehended. During the period following the assault, Bierce exhibited delusional behaviors and panicked whenever men were in the same room as her. Yep. Makes sense. That's not delusional behavior. It's called PTSD. Thereafter, following strict attention and care, she gradually began to recover and return to her senses, while coming to terms with her new condition. Bierce eventually managed to begin socializing with her peers and to feel more comfortable in the presence of men. Regrettably, she has recently suffered an inexplicable breakdown and is experiencing frequent neurotic fits. She mistreats both her peers and the nursing team using foul, highly offensive language while screaming and kicking. In 2 incidents, Bierce was found repeatedly hitting her stomach and insisting that her unborn child was spawned from hell. Oh my god. You know, are you sure that you guys are equipped? Well, I already know the answer to that. Equipped to be mental health professionals? Why were so many skulls in this museum? Yeah, I've got a lot of questions about this museum. One of them is, what's with the skulls? A complete human skeleton. It seemed real. What's with the skull here, though? Look, it's like all... It's all jank. Look at it. It looks like it was like bludgeoned on the side. Elegant drapes cover the window. The picture depicted someone important with some sort of gory medical intervention happening behind him. Oh, brother. Lots of like vices and screwdrivers and stuff. Look at this. Scalpels and... Yeah, you guys aren't doctors, you're barbarians, you're butchers. I mean, look! What was the point in displaying severed hands? Exactly. Yeah. Human brains. Charming. Yeah, this museum sucks. A series of radiographs showing various areas of the human body. Wait, what's that? That's like... Well, it looked like some kind of animal. Another twisted feature of this gloomy museum. What's going on here? Well, this isn't a skeleton. This is like a desiccated cat or something like that. I don't know. A most macabre exhibition. In the words of many a YouTuber, this is messed up! An abomination of nature. Oh my god. A baby with gut-wrenching birth defect. Jeez. It was a jar with something odd inside. An organ. Shaped like a pastry? Hideous. That's not what I got out of that. I'm glad that you can tell me what you see, because I don't see that. There's like petri dishes down there. I take that. A typical glass slide for putting tissue samples on. This could come in handy later. Bro, the stuff that you choose to take is crazy. Seemed like a convenient spot for placing a glass slide to pick up samples. Okay. Can I take this? Tweezers? Pick up the tweezers with care. I hope you picked up the glass slide with care as well. Since it wasn't needed anywhere else, I left the tweezers in the exit. Oh. Wait, what? Why would I... What would I need the tweezers for? I guess I'll come back to this at some point. Were those ears? But why? Better to hear you with, my dear. The exhibit displayed hands of various shapes submerged in some kind of liquid. Yes, formaldehyde? Okay. Alright, yeah, get me out of here. This sucks. The hand, ears, and skulls museum is... And the morgue is right next door? The laboratory. This is where we conduct our experiments. Hello? I'd seen plenty of depressing environments in the Institute by then, but the chilling morgue was a whole different level of decrepitude and decay. The jar contained a repulsive liquid. Not very scientific, huh? What a repulsive liquid. They're like, it's just water, it's just kind of dirty. It's been sitting there for a long time. I had no idea what these papers could mean. Yeah, what do you know? Do you know anything? Starting to think maybe you don't. All the bodies in the morgue could be identified by a specific tag. Okay, if we have something that we need to check, then we'll check, because otherwise this is 20 different. Oh my gosh. The hook behind me seemed to move a bit. It was evidently part of this mechanism. The hook behind me. Oh, this. Okay. Some organ, bizarrely still fresh. What? Some boxes and hammers. I shivered in disgust while pondering what they may have been used for. This guy's always pondering about something. Just a regular dirty rag with some bloodstains on it. Ugh. there were a few frightening tools inside this drawer. If only there were wonderful tools like the wire cutter. Random junk was scattered inside this drawer. These look like tops for jars. A strange contraption occupied a large part of the drawer. I didn't want to know about its purpose. There was nothing here, only a layer of malodorous dirt. Malodorous dirt, great band name. Faucets didn't work here, rendering the morgue unusable, or at least I hoped so. Unfortunately, the lamp wouldn't turn on. The handle wouldn't turn. Okay, well, it's partially open, so you could just pull it. It was difficult to discern what was on the scale. A brain? Why would anyone leave this here? Okay, there's nothing here. I guess we could maybe later get a body to put out. The book provided some details about the bodies in the morgue. Names, tags, and some notes. Let's take a look here. Will Hodgson is in 14. That's something. Bram Stoker. Bram Stoker is here. Are you serious? The author of Dracula. Let's see. Mary Shelley, the author of Frankenstein, is also here. What a coincidence. Will Hodgson, though, that was one of Group E, right? E103 is the tag. Well, let's keep that in mind for later. Handle wouldn't turn. Does anything in here work? You know? Just a bunch of boxes stacked. What a waste of space. Looked like some kind of box with dividers, as if it was meant to have cards put in it. Cards? Like Pokemon cards? Nothing interesting in here. I'm gonna put my Moonbryon from Evolving Skies in there. Okay, sorry. Some neatly aligned flasks and more rather disorganized items in here. What's with all the apple cores? Who's eating apples in here? There was nothing worth mentioning. Yeah, I'm gathering that. Only some random stuff in here. Yeah, there's padlocks, empty jars, and dirty rags. How come I can look in every single jar, or every single drawer? I could make out some organic matter submerged in a transparent liquid. Formaldehyde, perhaps? Oh, so you do know what it is. An old and worn out microscope. Several glass flasks of different sizes, yet all empty. Try as I might, this cabinet wouldn't open. Oh my god, so we can't do anything in here. Small moving table, likely used to transport instruments during autopsies. Had nothing on it. So I think what we're supposed to do here is we're supposed to find maybe Hodgson's body and dissect it or something. Because he's E103, but I'm gonna come back to it because I'm gonna explore the rest of the floor first, which we've got a laboratory here and some operating rooms. So, yeah. Oh, this opens. The Solarium used to be clean and a peaceful spot to relax amid the sunbeams. Quite the opposite of its present and sorry condition. I felt a brief sense of melancholy. The Solarium was in shambles, with debris and assorted garbage. The window was shattered, allowing a cold breeze to chill the room. Record of patients housed in local hospital. The renowned surgeon who keeps receiving encomiums from his peers, Dr. Walter Hanwell, director and founder of the mental hospital named after him, has made public the number of patients hosted by his institute. 272 patients and 54 staff members. The establishment has positioned itself as one of the most highly populated mental institutions in the world. It has become the pride of our region. Then your region needs to get its act together. If a mental institute with a bunch of people in it is the pride. Oh look, there's that weird rock at the top. Shore Gazette? Is this a real newspaper? Come on. Dr. Hanwell recognized the importance of the Kirkbride design, an architecture system in serving to house large numbers of patients in a healthy and comfortable environment. However, reputable psychiatrists disagree on this and warn about the dangers of an overcrowded building, including managerial problems and ethical dilemmas. According to the Kirkbride plan, a hospital for the insane should not exceed a maximum of 250 patients. Contrary to Dr. Hanwell's claims, we acknowledge the mandate of the Kirkbride plan, and my talented staff is keeping our patients under tight control, said Dr. Hanwell. Our methods are efficient, and my experience in the field has allowed us to improve upon Kirkbride's august design. Been there, Dan that. State cuts 10.5 million off. Anyways, all in all, this is a pretty lousy decade. I'm not talking about the economics ordeal or politics, but the entertainment media itself. Oh, okay. Weird how the article about Hanwell is in a completely different type than the rest of the newspaper. The stove didn't work? Oh, you mean the heater? Another dirty and broken window. What a sad state for this once beautiful solarium. None of the windows here seem to have survived a long period of neglect. So we got a new topic for our record book, and that's good, right? Oh yeah, this is the whatever. Oh wait, no, this is the morgue. My bad. I don't want to be here anymore. I like how the reflection shows the doors open, but I guess we're blocked by this center part, so we don't get shown. Water closet. Foul smell from the broken urinals. Thankfully, I couldn't see anything in those toilets. There's a drain here. The water seemed clean. There didn't seem to be water flowing in this spot. Maybe the pipe was clogged, but for whatever reason there was no water. Okay, there's water moving through. Although actually, it's weird. It's a looping video of water. You can see it stutter right here and start again. Not sure why that is. I don't really know what I'm doing here. But I'll keep it in mind and I'll come back to it. Oh, maybe I should have stopped the video at 11 p.m. This is going on longer than I thought. A laboratory greeted me with a hint of sinister ambiance. The greenish lighting and fetid smell only contributed to convey an eerie sense of the organic. What does that mean? Also, who was the man in the lab coat? What is that? We'll get there in a minute. Some spare empty flasks. It was surprising they hadn't broken yet, considering how they were stored. They really had to replace these medical tools if they were planning to reopen the institute. Oh my god, are you gonna have me open all these drawers? Some sort of chemical substance. The cabinet was jammed. It seemed to have been in disuse for a long time. Oh boy. The tools sent a slight shiver down my spine. They look like something out of a horror movie. Test tubes, likely used to hold samples and chemicals. Yet now, there was only dust and dirt in them. Oh boy. Locked cabinet. Old cans, seemingly empty. Several lids for jars that had probably broken during the years. Oh, there's a third drawer. Whatever this was, didn't interest me. Oh wait, does that mean, yeah. Oh wait, did I not go all the way down? Oh, several empty glass containers. They seem to have been used frequently in the past. Oh, that didn't have a third drawer. Okay. Can I open that? The vacant cabinet seemed to be pure decor. So you can't open this cabinet, right? Oh boy. No water here. Seems like this is a place where you would really want flowing water. For a moment, I thought they might be balls of blood stored for some unknown purpose. The bottles were filled with an indecipherable red liquid. Okay, so it could still be blood then. For a moment, I thought it was blood. Phew. It's only an indecipherable liquid that's red. Oh, okay, so blood. Some rusted tools that looked like something a mechanic would use, not doctors. I just like how the guy's like, phew, it's not blood. Thank goodness. It's simply an indecipherable red liquid. Oh. Okay, this looks like there's something there. Something about rats. Oh. There's nothing worth mentioning. Oh. It's a rat with its brain exposed. These cages remind me of my own condition. Confined and searching for meaning. Are you saying that despite all your rage, you're still just a rat in a cage? Is that what you're saying? The sturdy structures of the cages seem to be made of copper. I feared that I'd also be forgotten, left alone to die and putrefy in this dreadful place. Upon closer inspection, it was evident these cages were meant to house rodents, or who knows what hideous experiments. A striking feature in the dim laboratory was a large desk with several cages mounted on it. How many ways can we say the same thing? Okay. Let's get a move on, melancholy and the infinite sadness over here. Nothing of use in this drawer. Oh my god. Oh, I gotta find a note! My dear Walter, grateful as I am for your kind invitation, I still have certain matters to attend to in my homeland, which prevent me from engaging in such a long trip, at least for the time being. However, rest assured that finally meeting in person soon is a priority for me. I think of you as a close friend, there for me when everyone else abandoned me. Oh, Walter, the things I have to tell you, which, for our sakes, can't be disclosed in written words. Our mutual area of interest is on the verge of yielding benefits beyond our dreams. There is another tome that came to my attention, apparently terrible and dangerous, which may hold the final key to the puzzle. Mortuus Cave. My studies revealed only one account of its existence, and if the primeval orbs and me aid me, the primeval orbs, it might find a way into my prized collection. In any case, I wish you favorable kismet in your research. Your friend A.M. News of the deplorable situation in which your institute finds itself reached me. To state the obvious, I support your work without reservation. I trust that all individuals spreading malicious lies will be brought to justice. Our ways may be disapproved of by the blinkered peers of our era, but we are making strides towards a new age of science. In due time, our undertakings will be celebrated and historians will acknowledge our achievements. Oh my gosh. Return to sender. Interesting. Walter, that's Walter Hanwell, right? Hawthorne's name is something else. Nothing worth my time here. Well, then stop having me open these. Most drawers here seem to be filled with junk. Yes, I'm gathering that. But sometimes you find an important note in them, so you gotta open them all. A drawer full of empty glass drawers. You never know which drawer is gonna contain something important. I'm making my way to you, trust me. Buddy boy, just wait till we get over there. What a great painting. Are you kidding me with this? Check out this freak. Let's put this painting up in the laboratory at the mental institute. Oh my gosh. These sharp instruments seem dangerous. Nothing that should ever be close to the patient. The labels in these cans had lost any trace of color, so whatever used to be inside them was anyone's guess. Oh my gosh. I can't get over this. Why would you have this here? What even is this? It looks AI generated. I mean, it's obviously, I guess it's like a Siamese twin sort of situation. I don't know. Weird. Faucet was so rusty it couldn't be turned. Why would you have that here, you know? I'm working my way around to you. First, I gotta open all these drawers, though. This one was jammed! Oh, thank God. It was locked, but likely collecting dust and more neglected tools. Okay, it's fine. We don't actually have to open it for our guy to guess what was in it. At some point in the past, the laboratory may have been suitably equipped, but at present, it was a complete mess. Oh my God. Aha, see? The influence of Ambrose Miller, AM, who probably wrote that note just now, remember? I was wondering who AM was. I was like, the nurse's name was Alice, and I thought her last name was start with an M, but this is different. Another notable chapter in the Chronicle of Hanwell Mental Institute involves the cordial relationship that developed between Walter Hanwell and Dr. Ambrose Miller. Right, a renowned chemist researching experimental drugs. Dr. Miller first achieved widespread fame overseas due to his involvement in the standardization of clinical drug trials, including the use of placebo-controlled and double-blind tests. Regrettably, Dr. Miller's accolades came to an abrupt halt after the devastating thalidomide tragedy, in which thousands of babies were born with malformed limbs as a result of their mothers making indiscriminate and unsupervised use of the drug to treat nausea during their pregnancies. This actually has a tie to Scratches. So, if you've watched my Scratches playthrough, in the last visit, I didn't recognize it at the time. There's a bottle of thalidomide that's in one of the dressers. So I guess the implication with that is that Catherine Blackwood took thalidomide for nausea during her pregnancy, and it resulted in Robin's disfigurement. And the whole setup of it being a curse from the tribe in Africa is a red herring, right? Because I actually looked up what thalidomide was and after the game, and yeah, that's it. So this is actually kind of a link to Scratches, interestingly. But this one actually kind of like feels like it makes more sense. The other ones were, I don't know. It has been said that Dr. Miller's insistence on demonstrating drug efficacy with no regard for safety played a significant role in this dark chapter of modern medicine, since his insistence that patients adopt use of thalidomide has been recorded in multiple testimonies. Following this shameful debacle, Dr. Miller shied away from the public eye and became a recluse, maintaining communication with only a handful of select colleagues. It was during this quieter phase in his career that he began to exchange a feverish stream of missives with Dr. Hanwell. No one knows the exact nature of their ardent debates. It was established by acquainted sources that Dr. Miller was fascinated by the ambitious goals of his colleague, as well as the luxuriously equipped laboratory in his institute. But it was also rumored that these professionals shared a passion for the non-secular side of medicine. More recently, Dr. Miller emerged from his seclusion and during an interview expressed interest in becoming a staff member at Hanwell Mental Institute. You don't say. Couldn't see anything of relevance here. Locked cabinet. Judging by the rest of the stuff here, it's probably not worth my time. Is this Ambrose Miller? I wonder. Hello there. Just wait till I get to you. Oh my God, I had no idea what these tools were for, but I didn't want to find out either. You're not gonna find out. They're not going to perform surgery on you, okay? More typical lab instruments. What, jar lids? And pieces of yellowed paper? Those are not lab instruments. The shape of the tool gave me the chills. It looks painful. Oh my god, only one more, guys. Why did they insist on this? It wouldn't open. None of these drawers seem to open. This drawer was also locked. Oh my gosh. No matter how hard I forced it, I couldn't open it. That's probably good. Oh my god, okay, let's talk to this guy. Hi.
Hello? Am I interrupting something?
Who are you?
I'm a former member of the Institute. I came here tonight to look into some docu.
Well, this is highly irregular. Did Julia let you in? I'll need to have a word with her. As you can see, the building is not in a condition for you to go anywhere you please.
Oh, but I'm only going to the allowed areas.
This area is not allowed.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mistake. But would you mind if I asked you some questions?
I was in the middle of something important, but go ahead.
I assume you are...
I'm the new director of the Institute, Dr. Ambrose Miller. My purpose here is to honor the vision of my former colleague, Dr. Walter Hanwell.
Pleased to meet you.
Okay. We've got a lot. What? Men in laboratory. Check out my crayon.
Look at this crayon.
Yes, a typical way to keep patients entertained.
Check out this. Look at this letter opener.
Look at this elegant letter opener.
A true work of art.
Check it out. We want. Okay. Let's get serious. Investigate about Bertrand. Oh. Process of
I
reopening.
understand there's an ongoing process of reopening.
This guy sounds
You
different
seem
now.
to be acquainted with our circumstances.
What's the plan? How long will this last?
Difficult to estimate. In addition to cleaning, which will demand a lot of time in itself, there are structural changes planned. It's a considerable investment too. So as you can imagine, we'd like to accomplish this as soon as possible.
Let's talk about my condition.
What condition would you say can lead to chronic hallucinations?
In my experience, extreme stress. For example, panic attacks. Abuse of illegal drugs and other substances too. But most likely it would be something related to the brain, a physical problem, such as an imbalance of neurotransmitters. Schizophrenia can cause hallucinations as well.
Thank you for the thorough explanation.
Actually, it wasn't that thorough. What can cause chronic hallucinations? Probably some kind of problem with the brain. Wow, very thorough. Thank you. Patients in Group E.
Are you familiar with the term Group E?
Yes, that's a therapy thing. Patients were organized into small groups and encouraged to discuss their fears and problems in confidence. In a more controlled environment, they were treated by, what was her name?
Dr. Ebersbaker?
Oh, no reaction to that. Construction works.
Do you know anything about the construction below?
I'm aware of renovation plans that didn't come to fruition. The structure of the building was typical Kirkbride, since its inception, a style which became dated over time. Mind you, this was true of all mental hospitals of this area. All Kirkbride establishments were forced to change, or perish.
Why this whole fascination with the Kirkbride architecture?
You could say that Walter was a romantic, too attached to the old ways. He erected this building quite late in his lifetime, when the Kirkbride design was already beginning to exhibit its flaws, and he paid a price for it.
What I don't understand is the purpose of digging in the basement.
It makes perfect sense. That's typically how the migration of the so-called unit system worked. Underground tunnels.
Underground tunnels?
I'm wondering how a network of underground tunnels is so attached to the concept of a unit system.
To begin with, the unit system is a term that didn't catch on. It was meant to convey
Well,
the
it's
notion
terrible.
of units of buildings, concerned with a single aspect for the everyday operation of a mental institute. One building for administrative offices, another for surgical interventions, then male and female infirmaries separated, and so on. The hospital border in Buenos Aires is a good example of such a system of buildings.
Okay. I need to speak with Lenny.
Have you seen the patient Lenny around?
Lenny? Ah, yes, you mean Leonard. Yes, I believe he's somewhere on this floor, cleaning a corridor.
Thank you.
Okay, well.
The reason I'm here is to research the older history of the Institute, from its heyday until the strange circumstances of its collapse.
As you can imagine,
Its
that's not a
heyday.
topic we like to discuss here. We prefer to look forward, not back in the past.
Well, as the new director, aren't you interested in what happened?
That remark seems slightly insulting.
I didn't mean to.
Look, it was all a sorry episode that none of us are proud of. And those responsible have long since been apprehended. And that's the end of it.
Bertrand?
I'm looking for information on a patient called Bertrand.
Bertrand is one from the old group, right?
I believe so. I've seen footage of him in the therapy room.
Footage? Intriguing. I'll have to take a look at that. But yes, of course he sounds familiar. He's here tonight.
What do you mean, here?
He's you.
Physically?
Physically? What are you, a ghost hunter? Of course, in flesh and blood. He's one of the patients being relocated.
This is an incredible development. Where can I see him?
I don't have such details. All I know is that he's in the same cell where he used to be.
Okay, well. I assume he's not in the Tunnel of the Damned. Is Bertrand here?
You mentioned that Bertrand is back in the Institute?
Yes, the same cell as before.
Oh, wait. What? Okay,
Julia seems to be a nice member of the new Hanwell family.
Our new receptionist. I don't have much to say. I just met her earlier this morning.
She's doing a fine job. Must be difficult putting a nice face to all this filth.
Filth?
I'm sorry, I mean, let's talk about something else.
I mean, look around you. What?
So, you're the famous Dr. Miller.
Famous? Not quite. At least not around these parts. I'm just a humble servant who wishes to continue with Walter's grandiose dreams.
How so?
As soon as I heard this establishment was ceasing operations, I made arrangements to be transferred here, hopefully continue Walter's work. My connection in the field of medicine across the years proved valuable, as here I find myself as the new director in charge of this reopening.
Right.
About Dr. Ebesbaker.
The therapist?
Yes, I'm curious about her role at the Institute.
She was well positioned in the ranks at Hanwell, respected career and all, but if you ask me, she was a failure.
Okay.
Do you know Bruno?
Of course I know Bruno. He's our security guard.
Is there anything of interest you could tell me about him?
Not really. He's just a security guard.
But he's working in your establishment and contributes to a greater goal. You can't possibly operate this place without security.
Look, if you want to form a union with Bruno, be my guest. I need to keep working with this dangerous chemical.
Why such intolerance?
I have a highly dangerous chemical right here.
Wow.
Fine.
The chemical. Why do you have a highly dangerous chemical here? Anyway.
Have you seen a patient wandering around?
The one who's cleaning the rooms? Yes. Leonard, I believe.
That's who I mean, yes. Is it safe to speak with him?
Certainly. Perfectly safe, otherwise we wouldn't allow him to roam freely. I'm not familiar with his case, though. We are simply continuing with the same treatment he had in the past.
Crawford.
Does the name Crawford ring?
Am I Crawford?
Not in the least.
Am I Crawford?
So, I assume you were acquainted with Walter Hanwell.
Quite so. Walter was a friend. We maintained ample correspondence over the years. Many subjects, both from the field of medicine and life itself, were our common interest. Many times I toyed with the idea of coming here to work with him. Alas, fate had a different plan for us.
What do you mean?
Well, the circumstances you're obviously familiar with. I was finally prepping myself for a greatly belated visit when all of a sudden the Institute shut down. Walter had been a friend in writing for many years, yet regrettably I never got to know him in person.
Huh. Why the shutdown?
Why did Hanwell shut down all of a sudden?
That's not a topic we are discussing here, as you can imagine.
I'm interested in learning the truth.
Truth these days is a social construct.
Oh, come on. A fact is still a fact, and there must be a reason why this place closed doors.
Mismanagement. Hanwell got too careless. He trusted the wrong people.
But
Hawthorne.
That is all I'm saying on this topic.
Okay.
sorry, where was Bertrand's cell?
As I told you, I don't know the exact cell number, only it's the same one where he used to be.
All right. Thank you.
That's so useless. Okay, I think I've pretty much got everything except keyring and glass slide.
Are you familiar with this type of glass slide?
Is this a joke?
Alright.
Thank you for your time, Dr. Miller.
Let me let you get back to whatever the hell you're doing. Pretending to write on a piece of paper. Oh god, more drawers. I thought we were done. These old drawers seem stuck. These drawers rule. These drawers stuck. A switch, but I didn't want to turn off the lights. The laboratory was already scary as it was. That'd be fine if we turn off the lights though. That would piss off Dr. Miller. Oh my god. Okay, well. I thought we were gonna hit midnight a lot quicker than this. There's Lenny. Hi, Lenny. Hey.
Lenny, I've been in the basement. You were right.
Really?
Yes, I was there before. And you too. I had this memory. We were working together in some kind of construction project. What were we doing down there?
I don't recall. Everything is so fuzzy.
Lenny, you have to make an effort. This is important for our sakes.
I don't want to, please. I don't want to remember. It hurts.
Okay, don't worry, Lenny. Let's try something else.
Look at the stained glass right there. Is there like a chapel right here? Let's ask him about the glass crayon.
Look at this crayon.
Oh, yes. Is that from the game room? We used to draw so much.
Yeah. All right. Where's Bertrand's cell?
I've learned that Bertrand, a former patient of the Institute like you and me, is here, and I'm gonna pay him a visit.
I hope he's all right.
I hope so too, Lenny. We both need answers.
Where's his cell? He would know. Come on. Underground tunnel.
Nothing else comes to mind?
Oh.
I don't want to think about that anymore.
Okay.
It's incredible. But Bertrand, another patient from that time, like you and me, is here too. Don't you feel like this is all a strange coincidence?
I couldn't say. We all belong here. It's not a surprise to me.
Are they dead? Are we dead?
The Institute was shut down under strange circumstances, but I don't recall much about that period.
Me neither. We were in pain by then.
What is this about pain?
It was the pain that led to the shutdown. Down below.
The pain.
Nothing else comes to mind?
I don't want to think.
Okay. You don't like Dr. Miller, right? I get Dr. Miller and Dr. Hawthorne kind of mixed up.
Is there anything else you could...
No,
Did you ever meet the former director of the Institute, Walter Hanwell?
I'm not sure. I saw many people walking around in the Institute in the past, but no one ever told me who Hanwell was.
I see. Thank you. Hey, Lenny, look. I have Bruno's keys.
Oh, he will be mad if he finds out.
Yes, I know. I'll be careful. Let's see what secrets this institute has in store for us.
Damn.
Look at this piece of glass.
Oh, that's nice.
I guess I don't have anything else to ask about. I guess I gotta find Bertrand's
Nice talking
cell.
to you, Lenny.
I was hoping he could illuminate me to that. I guess I can't get past him for now either. Yeah, Lenny's cleaning is like a good way of preventing us from moving forward. Okay, we're all done here. Bertrand's cell is gonna be downstairs. I mean, I guess I can go through here, right? Okay, so if we go through here, bada bing, bada boom, we go this way. Yeah, it's open now. Okay, Bertrand's cell. I wonder if there's like some kind of list. It's not this guy, right? Right. Okay. Yeah, is there some kind of... There's nothing inside the cabinet. Wait, what about the music box? The shelves were empty. Huh. I wonder if Bertrand's the one that likes the music box. Record book updated. Wait, why is it updated? Sorry, that's what it says behind my camera. Okay, then it must be in the next hallway, right? Up here, the low, because he's low risk, right? He's not high risk. Why would he be high risk? He did attack that guy. Okay. The condition of these patients, it was heartbreaking. These are the low-risk ones. I mean, is it over... Is he over here? Surely someone in the Institute had the key to it. Oh! Well, wait, I have the key. Oh my god. Is this him? Yeah, that is him. That's Bertrand. Okay. There's the music box. Is that his red crayon? Oh, he's the guy who likes the music box. Oh, wait, what? What the hell was that? Another vision, but with a clear sense of purpose. This patient, Bertrand, had seen something of major importance, which he absent-mindedly attempted to draw on the floor. But what? Had I also seen it? The mattress had a putrid stench on it. Rust had adhered to the switch, rendering it unusable. It was an old empty stand, sad like the rest of the furniture. Okay. Well, oh, the books were covered in dust, meaning they hadn't been read in a long time. What had they done to you, Bertrand? The state of these clothes was an appropriate touch for the dreary surroundings. Red crayon? Okay. What have they done to you, Bertrand? Bertrand, there he was, but seemingly in a state of catatonia or trance. I wondered if he'd be of any help. Yeah, I can't talk to him yet. Do I need to find that music box? Okay. Oh! It's midnight. I was hoping we could speak to him. Bertrand was beyond help, yet he'd clearly seen something linked to my visions. And who was the man with him who had swallowed that wind-up key for the music box? Don't know. But I do know that I'm going to take a break / end the video. I'm not sure yet, because this is either going to be a really long part 1 or like midway through part 2. I am getting more into the game the further we go, but so far it is striking me as pretty generic all around. Like, it doesn't shock me that this was, you know, the bones for this were made in 2011. Yeah, or even prior, 2010, somewhere around in that era, because it definitely is. It seems a lot like a game from that time, in a lot of ways. It's got a lot of things that would have been a lot more interesting / scary / you know, dynamic back 15 years ago. That today are a little less interesting. Just like we're living in like a post-Outlast world, you know. I just feel like so far it's like I've seen this type of game before. I've seen this type of like horror ambiance and atmosphere and story before. Unless it goes in an unexpected direction, which I'm totally open to. Like I said, there's some interesting potential ideas beyond just like, it's an asylum with some crazy people in it. Whoa, they're scary, you know. It seems like it's a little more highbrow than that, so I'm gonna just, you know, kind of hands off, wait for it to do something different before I go on any sort of rant about that. But, you know, aside from that, I am enjoying it. I think the dialogue is actually kind of the weakest part in a lot of ways, besides the incessant drawer opening and stuff like that. But yeah, I am enjoying it. It's just, it is kind of a slow burn, and I'm sort of desperately searching for threads that interest me. And I think I've got a couple, but it kind of depends on how they turn out, right? So that's where I'm sitting at with Asylum so far. So whether or not the video continues after this or this is the end of it, I'll see you then. Think critically. Or snap. Okay, I'm back. Kind of awkward. Sorry. There's no main menu or anything for me to like get my bearings. You just load the game up and it starts. Right. We were just in Bertrand's cell and we're trying to get the music box for Bertrand, which was missing from downstairs. So yeah, that kind of sucks. I don't know where it is though. I think probably if this game is following the type of pattern that we've been seeing though, probably we can go to where Lenny was cleaning earlier, and I think he is the key to knowing where to go next when a new hour begins. So let's go ahead and see if we can go find him. And yeah, we'll just go where he was, because he's probably not there anymore. What is over there? Let's see. He was like right here. Rehabilitation, operating room, psychiatry. Okay, so that's where we're headed. Let's go there. Wait, he's there still. But didn't an hour just pass? Oh.
Hi again, Lenny.
Well, that just shoots a hole in my theory.
Is there anything else you can tell me about this?
No, I'm sorry.
Damn, okay. All right.
Nice talking to you, Lenny.
Wait, am I misremembering? Yeah, because we just did this. We just went and saw Bertrand in his cell, right? And we gave him the crayon. We don't have the crayon anymore. Correct? Oh, wait, go up. Oh, no, Lenny's stuff is still here. Okay, maybe my backup plan now, since Lenny didn't work out, is that we go... Well, maybe we can go this way, actually. This will be quicker. We go and see if we can find Bruno. Because Bruno's supposed to be safeguarding that music box. So maybe he knows where it is. Or maybe he has it. Well, I don't know why he would remove it from where it was being safeguarded. Okay. Now let's head back there. Maybe he's back by now. That means scary, y'all. Okay. Bruno's not there. But maybe we can still... Maybe there's like a clue around? The shelves were empty and full of dust. But it was locked, right? And the glass hasn't been broken. Let me see. Huh. Okay, yeah, I don't know, actually. Is, like, Bruno around anywhere here? Wait, what? Does he have the music box? The madman was furious, but also more vulnerable. I mean, I don't think... You want the keys? I decided that wouldn't do much good to calm down the patient. Okay. Wait! Is this the crayon? Did it not load where I wanted it to load? Oh, did I not save? Maybe I didn't save after I... Okay, wait, where's Bertrand's cell? Is it this one? No. But I saved right outside it, didn't I? Oh, that explains everything. Oh my gosh, it didn't save after I did this. Oh my god. Okay. So I gotta redo this. Sorry, guys. I was like, this is so weird. Okay, so we gave Bertrand the crayon. But we can't talk to him. And now we go outside, and now it's gonna say... For some reason, when it loaded back in, it didn't put me right back here. I don't know why. Now we go talk to Lenny. Bertrand was beyond help. Clearly seen something linked to... Yeah. Alright. Sheesh. Alright. I actually didn't... How much time did that waste? Oh, like 7 minutes. Not that bad. Okay, so now let's go see if Lenny's done cleaning up there, because I suspect that he's gonna be done, and we're gonna be able to explore that area. Oh, maybe not. Okay, yeah. So we want to go to the operating rooms. Let's go. Yeah, he's gone. Okay, good. I was like, if he's not gone, then I don't know what to do. Okay, yeah, here we are. Got it. With its many colors, the window made a profound impact in the room. It was likely even more striking in broad daylight. Yeah. Well, yeah, when the window has light going through it, I imagine it is more striking. That's exactly what it's designed for. So this typeface here is called copperplate, actually. The psychiatry sign here. Copperplate, very popular free font. All right, let's go ahead and... oh, it wouldn't open. Never mind. Hello? A shattered mirror. I guess someone didn't like the way he or she looked. Oh, brother. You remember where you are, right? Exhausted and disappointed by the last session, I decided to take a walk outside in the yard to clear my mind. It was a sunny afternoon, more peaceful than usual, with patients aimlessly wandering on the grass, all of them lost in their own absent-minded business. A soothing ambiance, if a bit eerie, which helped calm my nerves. Among those patients seemingly enjoying the blissful yet rare moment was Leonard, who was more talkative than usual with his peers, clearly influenced by the same kind of haunting aura that I felt in the air. There's something about him that makes me even more irate about the regressions in my group. Leonard was so close to being discharged from the Institute. As I approached him in hopes of having a more open conversation than our therapy sessions usually afforded, a striking detail that I had missed earlier, thanks to the duller lighting of the therapy room, stopped me in my tracks. There was a noticeable rash across his ankle, running from his right foot up to the bottom of his gown. Leonard seemed to have repeatedly scratched himself, and quite recently too, judging by the shiny red spots sprinkled across his skin. Puzzled by this, I motioned to get my patient's attention, but noticed yet another curious aspect of his appearance. His gown was overly dirty, although this fact by itself was irritatingly unusual by now. However, it wasn't just dirt, but some sort of splotches of organic matter, as if Leonard had rubbed himself against a moldy wall. My initial guess was that he'd simply laid down on the grassy grounds of the yard to have some rest, but there was something about the texture of those stains that still intrigued me. They had a certain glittering nature to them, like the trail a slug would leave. And the color wasn't quite green either, as in reminiscent of grass, but a shade similar to turquoise. I took Leonard to my office so I can ask him a few questions in private. So, yeah, this is, I guess, Dr. Ann? Oh my god, we're still going. The organic stuff that I obtained from Leonard's gown has proven to be more bewildering than I imagined. It is of fungoid origin, as suspected. That sounds made up. Fungoid. Yet seems to be exceedingly rare. While this is far from my area of expertise, there's no question this sample is something unique. Its properties indicate that it can only thrive in warm and humid environments, which are unlike the conditions in our region. We are blessed with dry weather throughout the year. However, that means this mold, fungus, is from some kind of deep undergrowth, and somehow Leonard has gotten close to it. I left a cotton swab impregnated with this stuff next to one of the lab rats. What? Is that a scientific term? Do scientists say that? They're like, I'm gonna impregnate the swab with my fluid. That's weird. That's really weird, ChatGPT. I'm just kidding, it's a joke. Actually, scientists call it impregnation when they decide to douse a cotton swab with a liquid, so it's actually fine. Evidence dictates that the presence of this material caused a visible rash on Leonard's body, so a mere small quantity should produce a marked change in such a little critter. Oh, okay. My wife's on her way home. Sorry, she was texting. Something happened to the rat. I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but the rat is behaving differently. No visible physical alterations of note, but are you sure you don't want to start a new note for this? Just all in the same note. Talking about the fungoid rash, and then it's like, by the way, something weird's happening with the rat. Something's not the same. Could it be? Is it carcinogenic? I love the line breaks to really organize your thoughts across multiple topics in this note. A number of mold species produce toxins that can cause various health problems, the worst of which can ultimately include liver and lung cancer, as well as invasive diseases, especially in small children, the elderly, and people with weak immune systems. The most toxic mold known to date is thought to be black mold, or Stachybotrys chartarum, which can cause general respiratory problems, especially if one has asthma or allergies, and may be linked to lung cancer. But none of this applies to our case. I'm sure you guys already know all about this because from my comments section on my Home Safety Online video, I know you're all experts on black mold. You know everything about it, all the signs, all the symptoms. You know all about black mold. So this should come as no surprise to you. You probably heard me say Stachybotrys chartarum and you went, that's right, black mold. I knew it. That's its scientific name. Stachybotrys, S-T-A-C-H-Y. All right, I'll leave you alone, sorry. Just trying to get through this 7-page note. Moreover, some poisonous mushrooms are known to cause organ failure, but none have proven to be invasive to this extent. There's the death caps and the rather romantically named destroying angels. In the realm of plants, there's of course the Atropa belladonna, but that's basically poison. It doesn't stimulate a malignant growth. While some species of mushrooms contain naturally produced carcinogens, these exist only in minute amounts and cannot directly cause cancer. And yet, there are peer-reviewed records of the unusual Ophiocordyceps unilateralis, which is a pathogenic fungus, although it only attacks insects. It is parasitic indeed and did something to the rat, but no, that's impossible. There are no records of such a thing anywhere in the world. What I suspect is true. This carcinoma has an effect akin to a hallucinogen drug, and if Leonard came close to it, maybe the rest. Oh my God. So suddenly we're speechless. We're perfectly fine with writing down every waking thought that we have for 5 pages, but then suddenly here, we're just gonna leave it at that. My thoughts are now private. Dr. Ann's thoughts are now her thoughts and no one else's. You can't find out what's going on in her head. The chair was twisted and creepy. I don't know, it looks like a regular chair to me. Okay. I'm considering rebelling against all this reading. Rehabilitation sessions. Morning report. A number of patients exhibited injuries of varying severity and unknown origin. It is recommended that they continue with a more extensive round of rehabilitation sessions to avoid a worsening condition. As usual, we will continue with the sessions sorted by cell number. Cell 101A, patient as well, no special care needed. Great. Better discharge him then, right? Cell 102A, cellmates Bertrand LaRoque and William Hodgson. So Hodgson is the guy who swallowed the music box key in the flashback that we got. Presented a marked deterioration in their condition. LaRoque is becoming increasingly tense, and Nurse Marion noticed a number of bruises in his body. So wait, so the nurse is named Alice Marion. Initials AM. That's the same initials as Dr. Miller. And we assume that note was written from him to Dr. Hawthorne. But why would the nurse write a letter to the... That doesn't make any sense. It must just be a coincidence that they have the same initials. New episodes in which he falls into a sort of catatonic state, unable to respond to stimulations. Hodgson is similarly more on edge than usual and presented serious burns on his chest that no one could explain. We recommend strict supervision. Cell 105A, we detected another fracture in Leonard's ankle. None of the staff can explain how this happened. They are aware of his osteogenesis, and extreme care was already enforced. 2 sessions each day are recommended. Noon report. Cell 102A. Cellmates had some kind of quarrel over a musical box that LaRoque enjoyed but made Hodgson nervous, as described by Marion. In the struggle, Hodgson retrieved the spring from the device and immediately swallowed it. Oh, he swallowed the spring. The patient was immediately taken to the operating room, but surgeons deemed too dangerous to perform the excision in his current condition. High blood pressure must be managed before administering anesthesia. Evening report. Hodgson died of a heart attack during his session. Nothing could be done to lower his pressure. Before passing away, the specialist reported a heart rate so high the chest was visibly throbbing violently. The deceased has been taken to the morgue. Right. Yes, we remember. We've been to the morgue. 105A, Crawford. Wait, so Crawford and Leonard shared a cell in 105A, but... Oh no, Leonard remembered Crawford. It was Julia who didn't remember Crawford. Crawford has developed chronic asthma. Traces of ashes or dirt were found across his body. Recommend increased supervision of his daily wanderings. The patient insists to sleep with the lights on, which bothers Leonard. All right, do we really need a whole page for that? You're wasting paper, Dr. Ann. Hodgson, was that the patient who had swallowed the wind-up key in my vision? Oh, he did swallow a key in our vision. Just there it says he swallowed a spring. Huh. Okay. There's some steps over here for some reason. Oh boy, Will Hodgson, okay. Condition stable. Yeah, I don't know about that. William Hodgson is a robust man with rugged facial features. Half of his face is covered in severe burn scars. He fell victim to an intense fire as a child as a result of being neglected by his parents. Ever since that event, Hodgson has experienced acute panic attacks whenever the subject of fire surfaces in any given conversation. Oh yeah, didn't he have burns that appeared on him? We read in an earlier note? Like while he was here. An inevitable occurrence that has resulted in psychogenic, non-epileptic seizures and uncontrollable crying. Such reactions are in stark contrast with his imposing looks, yet Hodgson has unfortunately become a slave to his irrational fear. However, this patient can be equally pacific and mellow, routinely obeying orders and staying out of trouble. Specialists have determined his condition is reserved. While he shows promise, he is slow and exhibits difficulty reasoning and learning, far more than his peers. Hodgson is lucky to have a formidable voice that commands a sense of respect, which has fooled high-risk patients who would otherwise have taken advantage of him. Right. The stretcher looked quite uncomfortable. Well, stretchers aren't exactly known for their comfort. What is this? Leonard Hunting's. Oh, right. He has osteogenesis, right? A broken wheelchair. Useless. See, I agree with you, actually. This is one thing that you've called useless that I agree. It is useless. One pair of crutches, a finding to be expected in a rehab room. I'm glad you're not surprised by the crutches in the hospital. A set of wooden stairs probably used to train patients. Typical scale for measuring the weight of patients was rusted. Okay, I want to make sure that we found everything. I mean, we've read so much stuff. I'm just gonna, you know what? I don't want to be in here anymore. Wait, what's this? Another light switch that didn't work. Okay. Good lord, that was the rehabilitation room? My god. Okay. This panel was too worn out to read properly. Something about this place sent a shiver down my spine. There was a hint of dread in the air, thanks in part to a freakish mechanical apparatus reigning over the room. It was simply amazing that the lamp still emitted such a powerful light. I mean, I guess someone changed the light bulb. They are supposedly renovating the place. Dark stains were all over the interior wall of the broken wardrobe. I didn't want to know the source of those stains. Huh. The bed looked stained with both rust and organic material. Okay. Hydrochloric acid. HCl. A jar that seemed unused in a newer condition than the rest of the items here piqued my interest. The label said hydrochloric acid. I nearly returned it to the shelf, but decided to keep it around. Okay, I don't know why you decided to do that, but sure. So what, we pour hydrochloric acid on the guy's hand downstairs? I never liked syringes, but it was in good shape and could have proven useful, so I took it with me. Oh my god, it's like... Are we playing as James Sunderland over here? He's just picking up random syringes. The blanket covering the stretcher looked disgusting, as if it had been drawing dust and fetid condensation for a long time. Love that word, fetid. I'm a Severance fan, what can I say? Oh, the microscope was not ready to examine any small object. You know, I do have a glass slide, but I don't have anything on it, so... But this is where we take it, if we so desire. What am I doing? Yeah, I don't know. The machine seemed in good condition and should work. My journal's been updated. Wait, what am I doing? Based on my findings in the library, I knew this contraption was used to perform brain biopsy. This is it? Okay, we'll go back and look at the instructions whenever we're ready to do a brain biopsy. My god. Yeah. We'll come back. Operating room A? Okay. Let's go to operating room B, I guess. The lamp didn't even have a light bulb. I didn't think they could receive patients in this room, at least not until the bed was fixed. It is widely acknowledged that Dr. Hanwell was the architect of many novel medical procedures, as he championed technological advancements for treating his patients. A noteworthy example of this was his development of a new automated machine that could extract brain tissue samples quickly and without incisions. According to studies conducted by Hanwell Mental Institute, many patients suffer serious mental illnesses, SMI, that are caused by brain tumors and must be treated with surgery. With a large and unexpected caseload of SMI patients, Dr. Hanwell felt the need to devise a system that facilitated the tumor detection process more efficiently than previous methods. In Hanwell's time, the most widely used process for obtaining samples of brain tissue typically required a great deal of time. It required 3 to 4 surgeons per patient to perform the craniotomy and extract the tissue. Precious time was also needed to seal the large incision in the cranium. To expedite the procedure, Dr. Hanwell devised the stereotactic transorbital brain biopsy equipment, or Straby. Oh, the Straby. A wondrous machine capable of extracting a brain tissue sample through an eye socket, thus avoiding the need for craniotomy altogether. We're kind of repeating ourselves here, but I'll keep going. A doctor could simply input the coordinates of the tumor's suspected location, and the Straby could complete a complex stereotactic procedure using a sample extraction needle attached to the movable arc. Sure. This queer invention, whoa. Pride Month's around the corner. This queer invention led to controversy. Some scientists and surgeons believed that using such a machine would increase the possibility of brain hemorrhage, as its accuracy was questionable. Well, yeah, I remember from reading in the manual, it said it would take, 10 seconds? That's crazy. Dr. Hanwell dismissed these opinions as uninformed, stating that the targeting mechanism of his machine was based on the most detailed brain atlas of the time, and that the Straby was manufactured by the most trusted and reputable professionals. I don't buy that at all, buddy boy. You know, I have a lower opinion of Dr. Hanwell as more time goes on. I think his intentions are good, but he's not giving this stuff the respect and time that it deserves. He's looking for shortcuts. Looks like a machine for electroshock treatment. Such savage treatment of patients. Destroyed. No more radiographs could be placed here. Sedative. A sticky label with the word sedative was in front of this bottle. Oh. The bottle is now open. So we're not going to take the bottle of sedative, but we'll take the entire bottle of the hydrochloric acid. Is that right? I'm guessing the syringe was now filled with sedative. So I used that on the guy freaking out downstairs. The labels were stained with some kind of fluid, rendering them unreadable. Okay. The drawers in this room seem to have been emptied a long time ago. Empty. The medical appliance bore marks of someone enduring pain. Oh, yeah, I was supposed to put this in their mouth. Is this made of bronze or something? Or iron? Eesh. This lamp was barely held by one of its wires, seeming like it could fall apart any minute. Okay. So I'm already kind of tracking... I think I'm tracking what we're going to be doing. We need to get Hodgson's body. We need to take him into operating room A. We need to extract some brain tissue, look at it on the glass slide under the microscope in there. And I don't know what we do that for. I guess we'll find out. And then we've also got to sedate the guy. Oh, unfortunately the door wouldn't budge. Sedate the guy with his hand out the window and get the music box, give that to Bertrand. So I've got a big to-do list, which I'm thankful for. There was nothing of use on the table. Let me be the judge of that. Oh, God. Mistreatment of patients in renowned hospital? So apparently some anonymous nurses filed complaints about abuse of patients at Hanwell. It's been a tense atmosphere of quarreling and accusations among employees. Law enforcement officials spent several hours searching the mental hospital. No evidence of wrongdoing was found. They did say that the building was rapidly decaying. They expressed concern for the safety of patients who have injuries that can't be attributed to a particular source. Wounds ranged from bruises to cuts to fractures to burns. Family members of the patients and employees demanded a more severe intervention by state authorities. Dr. Hanwell, whose disinterest in discussing these grave allegations with the media borders on offensive, did not respond to our inquiries, tarnishing his public image beyond repair. Okay, I mean, I think there's maybe more important perspectives to view this from than the PR angle, but sure. Yeah, that would be damaging to his reputation. What's this? Oh, a spigot. Likely meant for attaching something to it. So we gotta find like a valve. Okay. That's fine. I don't know what we were doing that for, but okay. More bathtubs in the same gross condition. Yeah. So how come they're like full of like dirt? There's nothing in this bathtub. A foul stench emanated from this bathtub. I didn't want to come closer. The contents of this bathtub were filthy and revolting. It seemed that the pipes here had busted. I like how this guy goes to like... He goes to like this abandoned asylum and is like, this place is filthy! It's like, yeah. It is. You're right. You want to go to the female wing? No way. You're not doing that. Oh. There's Dr. Ann and Rebecca. Huh. Are we Rebecca's son? Because there's this whole, like, we don't know our name. At least nobody says it. And we're connected to this group E, but we don't know how. We don't appear to be any of the patients. We're not Hodgson. We're not Bertrand. We're not Leonard, obviously. We're not Rebecca, right? We're not Crawford. Nobody seems to... Leonard didn't seem to recognize us, and he's the most cognizant one that we've met so far. I bet you we're Rebecca's son, and that's why we hallucinated her in the car driving up. The window was tightly shut and wouldn't open. He's also gone out of his way to not say he was a patient here. He said he's connected. He's connected to this place. No one ever bothered to lift the wheelchair. Well, don't get too disturbed by it. Such a pity. The window wouldn't allow me to see anything outside. Okay. Weird way to phrase it. A lonely wheelchair was conveniently positioned in the middle of the corridor, as if it was some kind of twisted joke. I mean, okay. I'm sorry this is all so disturbing and unacceptable to you. Elegant as they were, the windows were mere decoration with so much dirt, anything but practical. I don't know where we're going. Or are we? Okay, I guess we'll go over here. Tanks of something. Some oxygen tanks were randomly positioned in the corridor. Here, wait, can you tell me where I am? Where am I? Oh my gosh, I'm right here, okay. Okay, got it. Okay, so I came out of there. Whew. What an astonishing view. Even during the gloomy night, the sky looked as if it was hand-painted. Hand-painted. Can you look inside? These windows had one of the best views of the Institute. Okay. Even though the window was dirty, there was still a hint of reflection in it. Several pipes adorned the wall in a somewhat grotesque way. Dude, they're just pipes. Not everything has to be horrific. Not everything has to be like twisted and grotesque. It's gonna be okay. Where are we? Oh my god. Okay, so we're over here. We've crossed this. Oh, whoa! Julia! Julia, guess what? I'm upstairs! I had no idea how to turn them on. Otherwise, I'd certainly have tried. Oh, okay, sorry. Julia, check it out! I went upstairs.
Oh, one more thing, Julia.
Check out my jar with acid.
Would you know anything about the contents of this jar?
That looks quite dangerous. Please be careful.
You're really not intimidating, are you? Syringe with sedative.
So here's a...
Be careful with that.
Don't worry, it's just...
Get that out of my face, please.
Are you how close are you holding it to her? Hodgson.
Have you heard anything about a certain Hodgson?
You mean the writer?
What writer?
The Voice in the Night, the Sargasso Sea stories, the House on the Borderland.
No.
No, I mean a former patient of the Institute.
Oh. In that case, no. I have no idea.
Oh. Wow, okay. Nursery rhyme? This is a nursery rhyme?
What do you think about nursery rhymes?
What kind of bizarre question is that?
No, I agree.
I was just curious.
Well, I hate nursery rhymes.
Got you.
You hate them? I feel like that's an even more bizarre opinion than the question was bizarre. You hate them? Why do you hate them? How are they hateable? Strange machine in second floor.
There's a strange contraption in a surgery room.
Aren't the surgery rooms upstairs?
Yes?
You were not supposed to go upstairs.
I heard there's a strange contraption upstairs.
Okay, then stay away.
Okay. What about rumors?
I've been learning about the early history of this institute. Quite unpleasant things.
Yes, apparently it was a troubled time back then. There was some kind of situation going on between the employees and directors. Disagreements, I think, which devolved into a sort of debacle. It was all over the news back then.
Maybe it had something to do with the alleged abuse of patients.
Abuse? Nah. But I couldn't say either since I'm new here. I do believe those were wild rumors, though. Nothing was ever confirmed, and it could have been that staff members who were displeased with the management had spread lies to the newspapers. Underpaid people can get angry.
And that doesn't mean what they were alleging was a blatant lie either.
Well, the truth can be subjective. An act that may feel deeply outrageous to you, for example, if I pinch your arm on a whim because your questions are annoying me, may seem like only a mild reprimand to me. Perspectives do matter.
Well, I believe the truth is definite, and how we may feel about it has no relevance. We must be able to discern the facts from the fabrications.
Facts can be elusive these days, especially when you involve the media. But enough of this.
In any case, the Institute was shut down.
Well, many other hospitals for the insane have faced similar fates. Bad management, if you ask me.
Alright, listen up, you corporate stooge. Okay, spare me the intellectually dishonest, I can see both sides rigmarole. Come on. Oh, is there really any such thing as a fact? Oh my god. You know what's going on here and you're covering it up. I don't like you anymore. Get music box.
I need to find a music box.
You seem to need the strangest things.
True.
It's complicated research.
Sure.
Well?
Well, what?
Do you know anything about a music box?
No, I've no idea. Ask Bruno.
Where is Bruno?
See you later, Julia.
I'm not gonna ask her about. I feel like Julia is like the person that the game kind of has you go to as like I'm kind of stuck and I need a little help. Okay, let's go stick the guy with the syringe. I don't know why I'm doing that, but I know there's more I need to explore upstairs. I just haven't done it yet. Oh my gosh, we gotta go all the way to the Tunnel of the Damned. Oh. I thought I had clicked forward, sorry. I cut him off. There was a guy going, ah! And I just walked past him. And so it kind of cut off the Okay, is this guy's hand still sticking out? Okay, I feel bad doing this. But we need to get that music box. So, hydrochloric acid. Wait, did you? Hang on. Is the cap off? The cap's off. You just got that like loose in your pocket? Here, come here. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the high-risk patient was sedated, so I gathered strength to carefully trespass into his realm. Into his realm? This isn't Dungeons and Dragons, bro. Okay, so this is his. The ukulele was his. Gotcha. Finally, this was indeed the music box from my vision in Bertrand's cell. Okay, he's got little toys and stuff. I thought there was like a little doll or something in there, no? Yeah, there's one in the lower left. Do you see it? But then it's gone here. I wonder why that is. Alright, well, let's give Bertrand the music box, I guess. Seriously, where is Bruno? He's just not here. Anyway. Can you please? Okay. Combined with the pitch dark of the night, the protected window made the small cell feel even more oppressive. You know what would feel even more oppressive than that is no window. So I don't know what I'm talking about. A key was needed to wind up this music box and listen to its nursing. Oh, I can't give it to him yet because I need to get the key, which is inside Hodgson's body. Okay. Right. Okay. I've got it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, let me take a look. If I go to the morgue, don't we need like some way to transport his body though? Okay. Whoop. Okay, let me look. It's over here, the ledger, right? Or am I making that up? Huh. Yeah, wasn't there a ledger somewhere? Here it is. Hodgson E103. E103, and we gotta find that tag, I guess. Okay. Oh, this one's just empty. It's a relief, huh? Oh boy. I really hope there's not like a... Oh my god, it's cheese. Like a stalk of blood, perhaps meant to be analyzed. Am I crazy, or is this like wine and bread? Look kind of like cheese. Blood? Oh, this is it, right? With a bit of effort, I managed to hook up the body bag. What's going on? Okay. Now what? What's going on? Empty jars, thank goodness. Okay, what are we doing? This is Hodgson's... Oh, wait. Oh, got it. Oh, okay. Cool. So we just do it like that. The body was too heavy to move by hand. Surely there was a better way. Okay. Okay. It's kind of crazy that we're doing this, but how long has this body been here? Huh. Okay. You know, it's not that I don't want to open it up right away, but I kind of think maybe I should read up on the instructions in the library first. And we also aren't done looking over here at stuff. I got kind of lost before. Let's take a look. What have we not explored? Because I imagine once I give the music box to Bertrand, 1 hour will probably pass. Okay, yeah, we haven't actually been over here at all. We kind of skipped past it to go downstairs to the first floor. I will take a quick break and I'll be back. We'll explore more of that, and then if we have to, we'll do the autopsy. Yeah. All right. See you in a sec. All right, I am back. Welcome back to the video. Okay.
You might not have gone anywhere, actually. Maybe you had an ad break, and maybe you just sat there as I seamlessly transitioned into saying goodbye and then welcoming you back immediately afterwards. Where should we be going? Let's see. Let's see right here. Right. Okay, so that is all good. Let's go this way. So, right, I went through there. What's over here? Difficult to see anything outside with all the dust. Okay, so this is on this side of things. And we immediately went downstairs last time, but here we might be able to go somewhere else. Wait, right? The door seemed locked from the other side. No way to proceed. Okay, this was outside. Okay, but if I go through, can I go to the right? Oh, there's actually firmly locked. Okay. So, and we can't break out the keys for this one. That's sad. It was a foggy night outside. A broken down wheelchair. At present, just more macabre institute decor. Okay. Well then I guess we're actually like good then, because that is the door, sorry, to the male hospital 2, which is completely closed off. And then can I look at this up close? Yeah, okay, it looks like we just gotta go down to the first floor. Actually, we should stay up here because now we gotta go do an autopsy. Because I've pulled on many a thread and they seem to have all run out. So we're gonna go back the way that we came. I just want to make sure that we couldn't go anywhere else. Wait, what's this way? Oh, this is the way it came. Oh, okay. Okay, you know what? Maybe we don't need to do the brain biopsy on Hodgson. Maybe we just need to get the music box key out of him. For some reason, it's been doing this thing where I try to click through and then nothing happens. Kind of frustrating. Here's the morgue, if I'm not mistaken. We've returned to confront. I have to gather strength and open this bag. Okay, yep. So, how about you just go ahead and do it? All right, are we not in the right position for it? Here we go. Oh my. His pallid face and eyes wide open evoked a sense of terror and despair. Hodgson seems to have died under despicable circumstances. Now, you know, I think this is one of the strongest pieces of evidence that we're hallucinating this whole thing, right? Because wouldn't the body be completely decomposed here? I don't know. Oh. Maybe the letter, you know what? The letter opener does not have a rounded edge like I noted earlier. It's actually totally sharp. And we're using it, okay. What are you doing? What? What was he doing with his mouth? By the way, that's not a letter opener, that's a scalpel. That's straight up a scalpel. Oh my gosh, it's just that easy. I mean, I guess if the flesh has been rotting for forever. Okay, you're really taking your time with this. Okay. Mm-hmm. How did you even get that? Disturbing. Ah! What? I was expecting him to wake up once again in another terrifying vision. I need to get away from this morgue. What, so we're just gonna leave him here? Can you hook him up? No, we're just gonna leave him here, of course. Arg! Due to my being on edge, the wind-up key had fallen in the drain. Oh, where do we go for this? There's that bathroom that we need to, with the 2 sinks. Where is that? It's not the laboratory, is it? Not the museum. No, the laboratory is where, what's his face is? Miller, Dr. Miller. We must go down to the first floor. Lenny's stuff is still here. Yeah, first floor. Is it in here? I can't remember. No. It's not. Okay. This is the therapy room. But I remember there being 2 sinks. Oh god, where is that? Is it up here on the 2nd floor or the... Oh, okay. It's not the museum. What was this? Cleaning rounds. Okay. Theater? Floor 3 has a theater and 3 corridors. Okay, so Lenny is signing these. Interesting. So this kind of tells you where Lenny is and where he has been. Oh. 12 p.m. is definitely 12 a.m. Is it here? Aha! It was the wind-up key for the music box, yet I couldn't reach it from this spot. Okay, so here's where we do the weird puzzle. Nothing. I damned the skies when I realized the water had carried the wind-up key through the pipe. Where could it go? That's a great question. I think it goes to the one that I went to just now. I think it goes downstairs, doesn't it? I'm gonna feel stupid if I go there again and there's nothing. Sorry. Oh boy. Oh, here it is. There it is. Finally, the key for the music box was back in my possession. Okay, so now we go see Bertrand, I guess. Where the hell is Bruno this whole time? You know, I noticed this in the settings. So you got Julia, Bruno, Julia, and then a blank spot right here, where I apparently didn't speak to someone. But I have no idea who that person. The only other person besides Julia and Lenny is Bruno. But I have no idea where he was in 10 p.m. The only time I've seen him is at 9 p.m. So, and then you've got this guy who shows up at 11 p.m., right? So, I don't know. Is there another character I could have talked to? I just don't remember that. Because I don't think you can talk to anyone else, really. Alright, let's give Bertrand the music box. Sorry. Bertrand. There he was. A little key meant for winding up a music box. Play music box. It was now finally possible for me to play the nursery rhyme that in theory would prompt a reaction from Bertrand. Great. I need... Okay, wait, maybe it's here. It's here that we do it. Okay, there's the key. Music box. It's the music box from Scratches. From the attic. Okay, so he's going back to the ground. Very good with that crayon. Okay, so that music made him do that, huh? What had they done to you, Bertrand? Okay, can I see the... Bertrand had drawn a strange pattern on the floor. I felt like I had seen it before, and while it was a simple drawing, it overwhelmed me with a sense of dread and despair. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure I can tell you what it is. 1 a.m. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, Lenny.
Lenny, what are you doing here?
I was cleaning the showers, and I heard something. What were you doing inside that cell?
I saw something very strange. I can't explain it yet. However, a picture is beginning to form in my head, but there's still a lot I don't understand.
Maybe I can help you.
You can? Please tell me how, Lenny. I'm growing more and more desperate by the minute.
I have a key. I took it a long time ago, before they released us from the Institute, around the time of the event.
A key for what?
Can I trust you?
Of course you can, Lenny. and I trust you as well.
All right. This is the key to Dr. Hawthorne's office. He knew things. There was chaos all around, and nobody saw me when I took the key and locked his office.
Dr. Hawthorne, of course. Ebis Baker mentioned him in one of her recordings. He was quite close to the head director, right?
Yes. He kept secrets inside his office. You should look inside.
Thanks, Lenny. This is hugely helpful indeed.
Oh, one more thing. I was never able to enter the head director's office. None of the keys I took while cleaning worked. I think Hawthorne kept that key with him.
So Hawthorne's office may lead me to Hanwell's office? Interesting. Well, here we go.
Here's the key. And good luck.
Thanks. Why are we pronouncing Hawthorne like Hawthorne? Hawthorne? Oh my gosh. Okay. Keep going. Julia's gone once again. Curious if there's anything else we can look at. Mostly uninteresting doodles that Julia had probably drawn while bored. Okay. Right, Kickstarters. I'm pretty sure that was the classic model used by famed writer Markel Arthate. Oh my god. Wait a second. I've always pronounced it as Arthate. But if you look at it, it's Art-Hate. His last name is Art-Hate. The opposite of which, you could argue, is Lovecraft. Oh my god. Oh my god. It was a pun on Lovecraft the whole time? I feel like I'm discovering new things about scratches, even when I'm playing another game. Better call Jerry. Stop it! Stop! Stop doing that. Yeah, I get it. I played the game. Stop it. Yeah, I played scratches. That's why I'm here. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Thanks to Lenny, I had access to Hawthorne's office. Who lit this lamp? As if to foreshadow hideous revelations awaiting inside, the first drops of rain began to fall when I trespassed into Dr. Hawthorne's office. Seemed like no one else had set foot in there in a long time, I guess is maybe what it said. An antique sofa, which conferred a sense of importance, matching the sober decoration in the room. If you haven't played Scratches, by the way, and you're watching this, there's just a lot of references to the game, okay? You should watch and or play Scratches. You might have an easier time watching than playing it because it's not available anywhere at the moment. It's kind of abandonware. But yeah, it's a better game than this, with all due respect. The fireplace was in fairly good shape, but considering the thick layer of dust, it had been years since a fire had burned in it. Oh my god. Confrontation in the psychiatric. No record of the venerable Hanwell Mental Institute would be complete without an account of Dr. Ellis Hawthorne, companion, trusted associate, and loyal confidant of Walter Hanwell. Dr. Hawthorne's abrupt addition to the staff at the esteemed mental hospital was not without its share of controversy. He was an inscrutable character who, to the astonishment of many, quickly joined the highest ranks of the personnel list, skipping over roles held by established and arguably more qualified colleagues in the process. Dr. Hawthorne's accomplishments in the field of mental health are, for a noteworthy physician, meager at best. He rose to a certain level of public regard thanks to his imposing personality and stern countenance, rather than distinct achievements, as he had a formidable presence that allowed him to immediately command the attention of everyone in a room simply by entering it. His signature neat black suit, paired with his cold, guileful gaze, inspired equal measures of respect and fear in his peers. Oh my god, the Hawthorne glazing is real. Gosh. Okay. We get it, you got a crush on the guy. Damn. I was going to say something way more obscene than that, but I'm keeping it classy. Rumors among those who were acquainted with the Institute's founder insinuate that Walter Hanwell's seemingly friendly, almost fatherly demeanor worked against him when it came to achieving his own ardent goals. It is speculated that this is the reason he chose to partner with Dr. Hawthorne, who soon proved to have more manipulative, ruthless ways of managing Hanwell Mental Institute. Over time, the grisly details of Dr. Hawthorne's practices began to surface. Many colleagues were horrified. Others who knew him were, well, less so. Testimonies hold that Hawthorne often engaged in heated quarrels with other staff members at the Institute. Nurses, who chose to remain anonymous, claimed that medical instruments previously thought to be lost would appear scattered around his office. While it's not unusual for a physician to work with dangerous tools, such as scissors and scalpels, it is far from common to find them mishandled in an unsterilized environment. Nonetheless, this particular form of misconduct in Dr. Hawthorne's career could not be confirmed and was dismissed as malicious gossip from disgruntled employees. Yeah, Julia was saying that. Dubious stories of patients secretly taken to his office late at night have not been verified either. Yeah, who are you gonna verify them from? Oh my gosh, it hasn't been verified. The ocean still loomed outside, its hypnotic ebb and flow, presaging further horrors that no doubt awaited me. Books on medicine and, unsurprisingly, psychiatry. Dr. Ellis Hawthorne, psychiatrist. One thing was certain, he had an impressive career in his field. I can't read that. That's... It actually says Universidad. So it's actually a Spanish university. It says right there. Universidad de Arab. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Anyway, cool. What's this? Neat. Oh, we're performing an operation. Dr. Hawthorne saw that and he was like, that's going straight in my office. Oh my god, along with this picture of dead birds. I must have it. Okay, I'm glad. Yeah, glad you decided to take that. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta read this like a mustache twirling villain, because that seems to be what Dr. Hawthorne is. I'm afraid my colleague Anne has elected to take an inferior direction in her career. I try to be open-minded while considering new ideas, but my goodwill doesn't extend so far as to resorting to shortcuts when it comes to the advancements of the healing arts. As much as I can fathom the notion of an integral approach, contemplating the impact of emotions on our behavior, biology is definite. Our physical body reacts to physical impulses. We could spend ages assessing the mind's response to kind words, but ultimately, it's the configuration of our phenotypes that matters. Okay, we're sorry, we're getting a little too Albert Wesker. Gotta dial it back. One cannot possibly identify a subcortical disorder by means of a conversation. The direct stimulus of cells will always secure the path to success when dealing with an obvious alteration to the brain. Yet, Ebersbacher insists on her holistic approach, which inevitably devolves into a waste of time. Our society is crumbling. Swift action is necessary. And in the case of this establishment, we are also spending valuable resources, which are dwindling every day on her theories. Since I was hired at Hanwell Mental Institute, I've had the good fortune to work with various unique patients, investing a great deal of time in learning about their issues. Many of these are behavioral complications deeply rooted in their minds without a clear solution. Miserable subjects exhibiting a debased attitude who couldn't possibly fit in the world of civilized men. I find value in dedicating efforts to those without real hope. Patients unable to produce a single neurotransmission that results in a meaningful stream of thought productive to society. But phony misfits who merely demand attention. The paranoid, the lonely, who mistakenly confuse the cacophony of modern life assaulting our senses each day with actual mental problems. Ebersbaker can fritter her hours away as much as she wants. My issue is the money involved. In the end, our existence is a biological accident. It's the glorious expression of our genetic material that confers meaning to our lives, and the only tried and proven way to deal with the ailments of our bodies is via the practice of standard medicine. And thus, a shattered brain can only be fixed by physical means.
You're an idiot. Cool, glad that we got that established. You're a total moron. Dipshit. Oh, hey, look at what we found. Found the missing reel. If Lenny was right, then this was the key to the director's office, which was now in my power. Oh my gosh, we are now the most powerful person here. It was exhausting reading the mustache-twirling villain monologue, so I'm just gonna read this one normally. Wary as I am about recording such notes on paper, Walter insisted that we thoroughly document these experiments for the benefit of our research. It's true that the process of writing in a journal allows one to more efficiently collect thoughts and ideas, make sense out of them. However, I'll have to strengthen security measures. To begin with, I've asked the janitorial staff to refrain from cleaning my office. At first, we tried straightforward questions. What did they see? Could they hear any sounds? How large is the chamber? Yet they seemed to have no recollection of the encounter. Next, we followed with a set of more specific inquiries. What is the being inhabiting that chamber? Does it look like an animal? Can you describe its shape? Did it move? Nothing worked. Their minds are completely blank, as if that moment was erased from their memories. Now, this is very Lovecraftian. However, there's no question that whatever happens inside that chamber provokes a severe reaction in them. This is what happened to Bertrand, I guess. The procedure is rudimentary, to say the least, but effective. We tie a rope around each patient's waist and push them inside, resisting the temptation to gaze beyond the threshold with all our might. It's hard to tell from our vantage point next to the doorway what transpires in the interior, but we don't sense any movement. Apparently the patients remain still, or are paralyzed even. After a few minutes, we firmly pull the rope and haul them out. Bruises are inevitable as they hit the ground, but there's no better way of doing this. They don't react to any stimulation while in that chamber. Walter then uses the device to lock that strange door. He's far more knowledgeable than me on such esoteric matters. We believe that what the patients experience is unbearable fear. Our initial guess that they were becoming paralyzed was correct after all. It's like they shut down in the presence of that blasphemous form before them. The human brain is such a marvelous organ. Even their deeply damaged minds react to protect them when they're in danger. As we drag them out of that ancient room, we can discern an expression of absolute dread on their faces. Insane or not, human emotions are still the same, yet they return to their old selves shortly afterwards as we drive them back upstairs. I now understand what we must do. The goal is to instill fear. Their minds are clearly processing the visual information. The theory is that if we are able to reproduce the conditions of the encounter, we should be able to recover details about it. Even if one patient is unable to describe it all, we could piece together a more accurate picture from multiple recollections. Sorry. Our current approach is savage. We subject them to extreme situations in hopes of prompting a reaction.
I'm not proud of blatantly beating someone like some goon, but the promise of the knowledge and purpose concealed in that chamber is too powerful and supersedes my dignity. However, these methods aren't working. They react to pain. They cry and scream, but they don't do anything else. It's not true fear. We are not replicating the conditions well enough. This guy's a freak, man. Hawthorne's a freak. This afternoon I spoke with Ebersbacher, whatever, about the regression she's observing in Group E. Of course, I had to play the fool, but her incessant babbling formed an idea in my mind. For instance, H, Hodgson, has pyrophobia. The mere thought of fire or talking about it makes him tremble in fear. Ebersbacher recalled an instance during one of her therapy sessions in which a patient casually said something random about firefighters, and Hodgson instantly became agitated, tears rolling down his face. Following this revelation, I took him to the boiler room. The incandescent red glow from the incinerators, the shadows flicking on the walls, and the intense heat emanating from every corner of the room caused a wild reaction in him. Wow, what a great experiment, Dr. Hawthorne! He reacted exactly like we could have predicted! I proceeded to question him about the encounter, and finally an actual detail emerged. He simply said, big. But it's not enough. More stimulation is required. Further efforts have involved more extreme measures. Simply placing the gas burner in front of him provoked a state of shock. Not unlike what we surmise occurs within the walls of that room. Poor soul. Hodgson can't grasp that an industrial incinerator is far more dangerous than a small laboratory burner, but who am I to judge his emotions? However, that state of fear wouldn't allow me to press on. He didn't respond to any of my inquiries, just kept silently staring at the flame. So I moved the burner closer to his chest. Leveraging their fears is indeed the key. We managed to obtain much more information from these new sessions than from all our previous efforts. A picture is beginning to form. Huh, that's what we said earlier. A picture is beginning to form. JC, afraid of dark. Okay, JC is... Sorry, LH, brittle bones, that's Leonard. RB, sexual act, that's Rebecca. Oh. BL, denigration, that's LaRoque. JC, afraid of dark. Wait, okay, so we got Bertrand, Rebecca, Leonard, Hodgson. Who's JC? Oh, Crawford. Yeah, we don't know much about him yet.
This is the next subject. Yes, we may proceed.
I can't hear what they're saying.
Leave it to me. Hello, Leonard. Do you remember me? I'm Dr. Hawthorne.
What do you want?
Who is that he was talking about?
Well, you may not remember this, but yesterday you went inside a place, a big room. We need to know what happened in there. What did you see?
I don't remember.
You need to make a big effort to remember, Lenny, or unpleasant things may happen.
What are they gonna do, break his legs?
There was a tunnel, but not ours. Things looked different. The smell, oh, such a bad smell. And then, no.
What happened next, Lenny?
At the end of the tunnel, I entered a room. Oh, my head was in pain. So much pain.
Describe that room for me.
I don't want to go back. I don't want to remember.
Describe that room. Now.
It's so large. The walls are strange, with shapes I've never seen, and there's a glow everywhere. And in the center,
What is at the center of the room?
no!
What did you see?
My head is pounding.
Think. Think. Remember.
No.
You must remember, Lenny, for our sakes. What did you see in the room? I'll turn off the recorder until he's ready to speak again.
I'm an evil guy. That's what he sounds like. So wait, who was that voice in the background? Was that Walter? Who else would that have been? Hanwell? Are we Hanwell? Are we Walter? And nobody's recognized us? I guess Walter, like, is detached from the day-to-day, right? It's interesting. I think now I'll go try to, yeah, we'll go through the therapy room. Was it raining? It's starting to storm. Wasn't like this before. Or what's in the shed. Anyway, let's go to the therapy room and watch that last reel. And then we can go to the officer, or the head office or whatever. We can go there too. Wrong way. Okay, let's watch it. Oh. Now is that where Crawford went? Because it's dark, right? He's a fear of the dark.
Careful, the artifact.
Careful, the artifact. Oh. So there's an artifact down there, huh? Okay, interesting. Let's go. I like how you can hear the keychain on us as we move around. Let's go to the director's office, and then maybe we can go down to the basement and see if we can get in there. Oh, 2 a.m. At last I found myself at the heart of the Institute, the director's office. Was I going to find inside the answers I was desperately seeking? It's a great question. I am going to quickly just do a quick check on something, because we're pretty far in. I know I mean, I'm guessing at this point that, like, the game is going to end at, like, 6 a.m., you know, because they established at the beginning, Julia's like, you got to be out of here by dawn, right? So we've maybe got, like, 4 hours left. 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. And we've gone through 6 hours. So we should be over halfway through with the game, but I want to see if I can, and I've gotten very good at doing this. Looking up how far we are through games. So let me just check. Okay, there's like a 5-hour full game playthrough video that I looked at, and where we are right now is like at hour 4. So I think we should be able to wrap this up in the next video. We're further along than I thought. I guess the early hours are more packed with stuff to do. But yeah, I think we'll stop it here, and we'll find out what revelations will be uncovered in the director's office. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you with another new video in the series tomorrow. Think critically.